Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression video. I'm going to be reviewing the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation as well as the Revlon Nearly Naked powder. I've never used these products before, so I'm really excited to get started. This is found at the drugstore. They're both around $9 or so a piece, but I can always see these guys like buy one get one half off or 40% off, so you can definitely find deals at the drugstore, which is great. So let's kind of get started. So first I'm obviously going to apply the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation. This is supposed to be a very light to medium coverage, very light. I think it's buildable. Right off the bat, obviously the packaging is really nice. It's glass. This would not make it very nice for traveling, but sitting on your vanity it looks pretty. I really like the glass and the white. It just looks really chic. One thing that I do not like is the fact that it does not have a pump. Most drugstore foundations I feel don't really have a pump, but I'm used to having a pump with mine, so this is something that I definitely have to get used to. I prefer mine to have a pump just because it's more sanitary that way, and you can control the amount of product that really comes out. So I am in obviously 110 Ivory, as you can clearly state. I am extremely pale, so I'm just going to apply this with my stippling brush from Sigma. This is their Duo Fiber F50. So I'm taking about that much and just going to apply it onto my face. Okay, so now you can see, so I'm just going to take my stippling brush and blend everything in. This has a very slight like sunscreen scent, although it doesn't look like there's, oh, there's SPF 20 in this. There's where the scent comes from. I'm not going to take any foundation directly onto my neck, but I always try to kind of blend it down so it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. So any extra that you have on the brush or that you can kind of take down from your face, I would do that. So there is it with one coat. You can see, you can still kind of see a couple of my zits and scarring peeking through, but for the most part my skin is even. I really like this foundation because I literally don't feel it on my skin at all. And another great thing is you can actually still see my skin. It looks like my skin. You can see my freckles through, you can see, you can't see the foundation at all, which is great. Obviously, Nearly Naked, it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. It almost just looks like the same consistency as my tinted moisturizer normally does. Excuse me, I just woke up. That's why my voice is a little cracked. So yeah, now I'm going to take the powder, and once again, this is in 10 Fair. Now, I will admit I do not like this packaging. For one, to me, it's extremely bulky. For two, it's really hard to open. So I like it because there's a mirror right there, which is nice if you were to use this compact on the go. But once again, I don't think it's like extremely like purse friendly. And I don't use the brush, so I took out the little sponge. So if you did, I guess it'd be nice to have it. But to me, it's just excess bulk packaging having that there. So I'm just going to take this, it's technically a blush brush from Real Techniques, but this is a really big blush brush head in my opinion, so I always use it for loose powder. So just kind of tapping it in here. I'm going to use my actual big mirror to buff this in. So here is what it looks like with the powder on. Once again, I feel like it doesn't look cakey at all. You really can't see that I'm wearing powder on my skin, which is really nice. Like I said, you can still kind of see a little bit of spots, but for not having any concealer, I think this is pretty great for a lightweight foundation. I can definitely see this being utilized in the summertime when you don't want to have a ton of products, but just a little bit to add to your face and not have your makeup sweat off. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then I will come back and talk to you guys a little bit more. Okay, so I'm finished with my makeup. So this is how my face looks, obviously, after I have like blush and powder and all my eye stuff on. So currently it is 10:16, and so I'll be back in a couple hours with an update. Hey everyone! So I'm back for an update. It is now 2:07. Don't know if you can see that, but I've had the makeup on for nearly 4 hours now at this point, and I really like it so far. Looking in the mirror, I see a little bit of redness peeking out like by my nose, and for the most part, like, I don't know, I feel like everything is covered except for just that little bit. The powder has settled into my line, so it's a little more obvious right now. Let me zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here's my face, super close up and zoomed, but you guys can see the makeup and what you guys think of it. I still think, besides like the redness on the side of my nose, which I think this is like a zit or something, you know, the zits on the bottom of my face are pretty covered. This is pretty good. You know, like my blush is still on, you can see it. I think for the most part my makeup still looks really good and still very natural and not cakey hardly at all. I think the powder has settled in a little bit, but for the most part I feel like my skin still looks really good, so I'm liking it so far. And I will be back at the end of the day, probably around 6 o'clock or so is the 8-hour mark, so I'll be back then with my final thoughts. Alright, I am back with my final update. It is currently 5:56. Don't know if you can see that. Almost 6 o'clock. So I've been wearing this foundation for almost 8 hours. And I have to say I really like it. So it's extremely lightweight. It's not cakey. It's not greasy. It doesn't feel heavy. It's definitely not, you know, shiny on my skin. I think it looks very satin and very, I guess, like natural and skin-like. I'm not exactly like the right way to say that, but it just looks really natural and I really like it. So obviously the one knockoff that I'm gonna give both of these is the packaging. I don't really like the packaging on either of these, but the product inside is fantastic. So I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but this has, the powder has 0.28 ounces of product, and there are 6 different shade variations. Like I said, I'm in the lightest one. And then for the liquid foundation, it has 1 fluid ounce of product, and there are 16 different shade variations. So that's great. Lots of different choices for everyone. And like I said, this is around $10 or so a piece, but you can always find them for buy one get one half off, or like 40% off, just depending on when you hit that sale. So that's great. So let me zoom you guys in so you can kind of see. I mean, it doesn't obviously look perfect, but I think for 8 hours of wear, my skin looks pretty amazing. It still looks very natural. You can kind of see that redness by my nose and a little bit of these zits still, but for the most part my blush still looks like it's on. I don't have any like dark circles or creases or any really like cakiness or buildup. It's kind of just sunk into my skin and looks really natural and nice. So zoom on out. That is that. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you've tried this foundation, let me know in the comments below, or any other products or product reviews that you'd like to see. Just leave me a comment. Be sure to check out my blog, crushingonclothes.com, for more fashion and outfit type things. That's my personal blog that I post on 3 to 4 times a week, and I will hope to see you guys in my next video soon. Bye!